There we go. Hey, I thought I was live a minute ago, but now I am. I see the live button. Welcome back to the Bookstack Coffee Chat, week number 2. If you haven't already grabbed your coffee, feel free to do so. Invite a friend, someone you also know who loves to read, talk books and life and faith here on the Coffee Chat. So I hope your week has been going well. It's a bit rainy today here where I'm at. Just thinking of all those in the Florida and Caribbean, Ida or Etta, or however you pronounce that tropical storm. But yeah, it's almost mid-November, and Thanksgiving's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. Hard to believe, but November is also the month of Thanksgiving, right? Of not just the holiday, but being thankful, of thankfulness. And so I just thought I'd start off today sharing a little bit of what I'm thankful for. Of course, there are innumerable things. I could go on and on all day, but first and foremost, I'm thankful for you who are watching this either live or on the replay. Be sure to let me know where you're at. I love to know every week who's joining me, where they're from. I'd love to get to know you. And I'm also thankful not only for this coffee chat that introduces me to all of you and allows me to talk about some of my favorite things. I'm also thankful that our local library has reopened, and I'm not sure exactly how long it's been reopened. I just found out about it last week. And so over the weekend, I went and got myself a brand new stack of books to read. So excited about that. And I'll be talking more about those books in weeks to come. I have not had a chance to read a full book yet of those that I got on Saturday, but I'll keep you posted. There are some really interesting reads that I got, so I will give you that little snippet there. And if you are currently reading a book, put in the comments what you're currently reading. I'd love to know that too. I'm always looking for new books to add to my reading list. So also, I wanted to share with you today something that's happening tonight. Very exciting. Just found out about it yesterday, signed up. I'm going to be going. It's the Christie Awards. And if you are not familiar with the Christie Awards, it is an annual award ceremony for Christian book authors and publishers. So normally it would be a live event that you'd have to pay to go and travel and attend. But this year, because of COVID and so forth, it is going to be a free online Zoom event. And so I went ahead and registered. I'm so excited to participate in that, especially since one of my favorite authors, Tamara Alexander, is being inducted into the Christie Hall of Fame. So it's just going to be a wonderful time of also discovering new Christian authors for me and learning more about the Christian publishers. So if you're able to join tonight, feel free to go and let me put that website up there so you can register. It's thechristieawards.com. It's a free registration. Just go to that website and the registration's on the top right corner, and then you'll scroll all the way down to tonight's event. And it's happening at 7 o'clock Central, so that would be 8 o'clock our time in the East Coast. So yeah, feel free to join that. I'm going to be there. Looking forward to it. It's nice to have some events to attend, even if they're just virtual. And like I said, that's going to be a Zoom event. So today I was thinking of, with the holiday season upon us, and we're already starting to think of those Christmas gifts to buy. And we always love to give, especially our kids, things that, of course, that they enjoy and they want. We get them those gadgets and those toys and the clothes and the shoes, things that they're really craving and eyeing. But there are some things and sometimes that we want to give them a little something more that's going to last them longer than an electronic game or a piece of clothing, right, that they'll get rid of within the next year, or a toy that might break. So I wanted to share with you a financial resource for your young adults, your high school and college age students, and even for you yourself. because this was actually a book that I helped to write. The author is a very good and dear friend of mine. Became friends from working with him on his autobiography, actually. And so the information in this book that I'm going to share with you is all his. It's something that he developed over the years, even from a young man himself, and still follows. He and his wife follow the principles in it today, and they're in their 80s. And so all the information is his. I just helped him to, put it together into book form. But wanted to share it with you today, and it is Plant and Grow Your Money. Please forgive the image. It's my green screen's kind of coming through. But Plant and Grow Your Money, a financial guide for young adults by Dr. Richard G. Morrison. And so this book really, it's not very thick. The kids won't be inundated by it. And it is a kind of a workbook, which allows them to apply what they're learning about. And I know some teens might roll their eyes and say, a book about money, I don't want to, work on something on my off time that's not, I don't want to do school type of work on my off time. But this is something, if they read through it and really take it to heart, can set them up for financial success their entire lives. And I really wish that this type of book had been available to me when I was in high school and college. Would have saved me a lot of grief, a lot of bills, probably a little bit of debt, because it just teaches you so much. A lot of people focus just on the savings and budgeting aspect of money, but there's more to it than that. And Dr. Morrison goes into it in this book, like preparing the soil. There's understanding what you spend your money on and your personality and how that plays into money. Establishing roots, the money management components that goes into the basic savings and income and your expenses, explaining those concepts. And then it's pruning the branches, what your money management principles. Cash flow is really honed in on in this book because it's such an easy concept to understand once you realize what it is. And he really does a good job explaining it in this book and recognizing needs versus wants and assessing your net worth. And kids, young adults do have a net worth, and they can grow their net worth. And a lot of times they don't even think of that, when they're just first starting out. There's also a section in here about becoming fruitful, your money management application. And this is where the book really sets itself apart from anything else that you might read. It provides spreadsheets for tracking expenses. It gives examples. For example, here are some, let me get to the bigger one. Example, here's a comprehensive budget with cash flows. So it gives you, that looks overwhelming perhaps, but when you're looking at it, it breaks everything down, and then it gives you, the student or the reader, the opportunity to fill it in themselves. And then the great thing is Dr. Morrison has a website where you can buy the book, and he also has more of these forms and spreadsheets available for you to download. So as you fill up one, you can get others to do later. So as you're thinking about what to get for your young adult, your high school student, your college student, consider Plant and Grow Your Money as one of the gifts that you give them this year. And it's not just boring reading either. I wanted to share this too. A lot of design work went into this, and so there are some characters that are introduced into the book. And so it goes with their spending personalities and gives examples that way too. So it's a fun read, but an important read. So I encourage you to look at that as you're going through the year and the month, thinking about what to buy for Christmas. Then today I was just in my quiet time was a little rushed today. I wasn't quite as prepared. Had to update my computer, so that slowed things down. But I just wanted to remind everyone, that we love to read. We read lots and lots of books. But the most important book of all is our Bible, and mine's well worn, and it's a little tiny one that I carry everywhere. But it's so important, and it contains so many truths. And today we're all searching, especially now with so much going on in our world. We're searching for so many answers. We have so many questions, and I just encourage you, even if you've never picked one up before, to just look at it and ask God for guidance to your particular question, and He'll guide you to the answer. But talking about books being important to us, and I remember the first year I moved to coastal North Carolina, we had a massive hurricane, and so we were evacuating, and I was like, oh, I've got to pack up all my books. I don't want to lose any of my books. So I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but I certainly didn't want to lose any of my treasured reads. And so when I was reading this morning, in my quiet time, I came to 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. And he's saying, he's writing a letter to these people, and he's saying, bring the cloak that I left with Carpus at Troas when you come, and the books, especially the parchments. So of course he's talking about God's word that was written at that time, but they are so important, and God's book is the most important. And I just wanted to leave you with that today. Today's coffee chat was a little short, but if you have any questions or things that you would like to share, feel free to drop them in the comments, even in the replay. I will be going back and answering any questions that come up, and welcoming you if you introduce yourself and mention where you're from. And next week, I plan to have read at least most of the one book that I have gotten. So I want to do a little review of that, give an excerpt of that, and just check in with you and see how things are going. And I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed week. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.